Hey, good morning, folks. Thanks so much for joining us here on Wave Now. I'm Myra Ansari. Hope you're having a good Wednesday. So we are going live to a press conference where some folks in the community, they're giving us an update about the efforts to purchase the NIA Center. So the West Louisville Dream Team, WLDT, they have submitted a formal offer to purchase the NIA Center. There had been talks about losing that space. So this proposal that they have lays out a clear community-led vision, according to them, to restore the center to many of its original purposes, including what they say is economic opportunity, entrepreneurship, workforce development, and public gatherings. So this press conference is getting started, so we are going to jump in.
Okay, thank you all so much for your patience this morning. I really appreciate it. I appreciate you all coming out to cover this news event on such late notice. We just wanted to make sure that this is out in the public. Again, for those who do not know me, my name is Shawn Spencer. I'm the immediate past president of the West Louisville Dream Team. I'm also one of 4 founders, and I'm a current tenant here in the NIA Center, a long-term tenant. And we'll start, I'm just going to read a quick statement. We've got some guest speakers today, and then we'll end with any questions from the media and then the public, if that is okay. If I need to speak up, let me know. We don't have a regular microphone here, so just give me a heads up. We, the West Louisville Dream Team and fellow tenants, stand on this historic floor to claim our right to buy the NIA Center and keep it in community hands.
Very good.
We see the NIA Center reborn as the beating heart of West Louisville's Renaissance, humming with black and brown owned ventures, civic gatherings, and community people and dollars circulating to build generational wealth.
Very important.
We are grateful to our committed tenants and every civic and funding partner who believes in this vision. You all may want to step up just a little bit, Juan, so that they can go around behind. We were supposed to leave a little bit of space for them to go around. We are grateful to our committed tenants and every civic and funding partner who believes in this vision. Today we are here because we have put in a letter of intent, an LOI, to purchase this building and the surrounding land for $2.1 million on Tark's desk.
Very good. Very good.
Our acquisition and revitalization plan is powerful with 4 vital components. 1, lease up to 90% occupancy. Today, only about 1/3 of the building earns rent. We have several ventures that are in the building that are city offices, and they do not pay rent. Our plan, with 2 anchor tenants already in the talks, will push occupancy past 75%. We plan to increase that to 90% by year 3. Modern, mission fit upgrades. Currently, NIA is classified as a Class C building. Our plan brings it to a Class B. That includes new finishes, boosted broadband, and after-hour civic space to honor the building's original purpose as the city's entrepreneurship hub and community space. Community ownership.
That's right.
Through equity crowdfunding, tenants and community members can buy a stake and build generational wealth. And we are also including support services with that, such as ways to purchase life insurance, ways to have a will created so that you're leaving that legacy to your family.
Wonderful.
Proven demand next door. Our sister site, the Goodwill's new Opportunity Campus, shows West End office space can thrive when mission and market alignment. We will now be able to help meet the growing demand of commercial space. With our plan, rents return to the people, not outside investors. Keeping dollars working right here on Broadway and keeping the dollars circulating in West Louisville. As TARC riders and pedestrians stream past these doors, we'll turn foot traffic into customer traffic and fuel small business growth. We urge TARC to, 1, accept our letter of intent today. 2, lean in and help us complete the financing of our plan so West Louisville can reclaim this landmark. Together, let's make the NIA Center the beating heart of Broadway once again. We also urge Louisville Metro Mayor Greenberg to embrace our plan, review our plan, give us the due diligence and time that this project deserves and this building and community deserves. We acknowledge that the mayor inherited a promise from a previous City of Louisville administrations. However, we hope he will fully support our plan, which picks up where more recently Louisville Mayor and Louisville Metro gave up as the steward to this building. And we finally urge the community, if you have ideas of what types of businesses or services you would like to see brought to the NIA Center, we would like you to let us know. If you want to rent space, let us know. If you want to invest, let us know. You can reach us here at the building. You can email us at saveniacenter@gmail.com or West Louisville Dream Team @gmail.com. You can send it with your information. We've had some very distinguished guests here that would like to just speak a little bit about the NIA Center and about our offer to purchase the building for $2.1 million. First, we have Metro Councilwoman Tammy Hawkins from District 1.
I want to say thanks for having me today, Sean. Who else should the hands of the NIA Center be in? The community that it sits in. There's a lot of access in this building that people from the community uses. This building being placed in the hands of any other developer, person that is not from the community does not speak generational wealth. It does not speak to listening to the people's needs. I support this. I support this particular process of Sean's and her team's. This is what the community would like to see.
Absolutely.
And as I've sat on Metro Council for several years, I've seen so many taxpayers' dollars be in the hands of developers
Yeah,
that we don't even know.
that's a problem. Yeah.
You know, I know that a lot of people say that it's taking a risk,
That's right.
that this is taking a risk, putting it in the hands of the community.
Yeah. You're right,
Well, it's no other bigger risk than what we take when we put it in people's hands that's not from the community. And we don't know what their intentions are, right? So I'm willing to take that risk, because that's what they call it, a risk, okay? Again, I always like to say this, I am the Democratic Caucus Chair. I am not speaking as a Democratic Caucus Chair. I am speaking as a representative for my community, which is District 1. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilwoman Hawkins. I must say, she's one of the first council people that I called with this, because I saw her with the fight for driver's licenses here in the building, the lines and the treatment of our citizens. So thank you very much for standing with us. Next, we have Councilwoman Shamika Parrish-Wright. Shamika is actually my district council person, very proudly. So she's another one that supports us.
Good morning. You see, I had to be here. We also applied for this seat together and ran for this seat together. So, but I'm not here because of the obligation to my constituent. I'm also here as a small business owner, as someone who's used the NIA Center for employment, to get my driver's license, to get IDs. I intentionally use West End businesses because I know if we don't use them, they'll go away. And so everything that I've been, and all my experiences with the NIA Center have been really intentional and been really positive. And I had no idea until Sean Spencer brought this up that this was happening. So I really appreciate and want to applaud all the efforts that Sean and her team has put to save this. And I would argue, even though financially it's owned by another entity, the people of West End, the people of Louisville, the community, the people like Sean have been taking care of this building for the best way that they can. But now we're up against what the biggest laws are around land ownership, who owns the building. And I messaged Councilman Herndon to let him know that I would be here out of respect of being a council person, and we tried to. I'm still navigating the boundaries. Some people don't like you coming into their district, but we, as Councilwoman Hawkins has said, we show up when the people ask us to show up, unapologetically, right?
That's right.
I think that there's something that we can work out. When I talk to people, they say, oh, they don't have money, but you're hearing an offer. And so people have their intentions for a space, and the community has a say in what happens in that space.
That's right. That's right.
The very fist, the very hands coming together, the very word NIA means purpose. NIA Center has a purpose.
Yes.
It was put here for a reason.
Yes.
And so it is important to be intentional in making sure that it remains here.
Yes.
And I understand that TARC is under distress from all the budgeting, as many public transit places are all over the city, all over our nation.
Yes, that's right.
But do not rob Peter to pay Paul, right? There has to be a better way to come to a solution that works for all of the people, because people from my district come to the NIA Center just as people from around this community, and we know how important this center is for everyone. And I think that if they're making a good faith offer to stay here to make it work, I mean, we're able to stand in this building right now. There's nothing raining on my head. There's nothing falling apart. So that tells me there's something that's salvageable about this building, and we need to do everything we can to make sure that it stays. I'm here, and I wish I had the money to give to do this, and I really was trying to support that in our budget, but when the budget process came and with all of this has happened, there wasn't enough time for us to champion it through. But if we work together, there's things that we can do, we can demand. Because all of the federal grants and the things that we get for our city are based on the population of the West End.
Yes.
We wouldn't just get that. We're getting that because of the makeup of this part of our town and this part of our city. So we should have every opportunity to ask to have what we need. And if the NIA Center is that, the NIA Center is what it needs to be. Last I'll say, I'm in the Hayburn. I had my office in the Hayburn since 2014 while I was homeless. So as a small business owner, it was important for me to have that office there so that people take me serious. So I still have that. I'm still one of the few tenants that are left in the Hayburn building. The Hayburn building it has been designated as a historical building. So there's only so much they can do with that building because of the rules around it. But I'm still there, paying my rent. Paying rent at a place that helped me start organizations, help businesses get started, helped me start the Bell Project, helped me start Vocal Kentucky. Holding on to that space has been beneficial for my family, for the community. So I know the value into holding. And my rent there, I have 2 adjoining offices, is $470. $70 for utilities, $400 for those 2 offices. And there's been times where we couldn't access our offices for months due to the elevator being taken down. But I still use that place as my business. I still thrive at that place. So if the businesses in here are thriving and paying the rent and doing what they need to do, then it is our job as city officials, as government, to support them. And that's why I'm here. It's personal, it's professional, and it's about community. Let's keep standing with those who are fighting for it, and please let us know any way that we can help you. Thank you all.
Thank you. And as Councilwoman Parrish Wright said, lots of people use this center, especially with driver's license here. U of L Cardinal Success is here. The Print Center is here. So it's not just that we're serving one district. You know, we're in one district here. We're in the Parkland neighborhood. We're in D4, but you go right across the street and you're in another neighborhood. You're in another district. So we service everyone that comes through. Next, we have Bishop Dennis Lyons that's going to speak.
All right, thank you. I'm Bishop Lyons of the Gospel Missionary Church, the founder of the Bishop's Table, and I'd like to just sprinkle a little spiritual concept to what you all are trying to do. Louisville has suffered several floods. One was COVID. We overcame it. The next, Breonna Taylor came, and then after that, we have suffered following with our chief, we suffered with the consent decree, several floods. After the flood, the people came together as one. And they all spoke one language.
That's right.
And this is what we're doing here today.
That's right.
Council persons have alluded to this.
Yeah.
This is what you're seeing today in our community. We're speaking as one. After the flood, they say, come, let us build us a city.
Yeah.
2, let's build us a tower that reach heaven so we can make a name for ourselves.
Let's build.
This is what we are saying. Come, let us, as a community, take this building. Come, let us build this as a resource for our people. There was times that we was able to walk here and get our license. It was here we was able to get here and come and see our attorneys, our commissioners. That's what we want. We want ours. Mama may have, Papa may have, but God bless the child that got his own. And we have let too many things slip through our city. We're supposed to have our own bank across the street that's called community. That bank was set up for us, that we can go to that bank that's supposed to be over there. But what? We don't have it. We need to put all our efforts together to make sure that we do everything we can to obtain this building. The Bible says when God came down and saw the city and saw the tower, he said, if I let them finish this, ain't nothing that they imagine in their minds to do that they won't do. If we as a community do this,
Yes, we can do anything.
we can do anything. God bless you.
That's true. That's true. This is just the start. Just the start. Next, we have Kathleen Parks, Commissioner Kathleen Parks, with the National Action Network, Louisville chapter.
Thank you. Bishop Lyons, tough act to follow. But I love to follow him. We have leaders in this room. All right? The people have spoken.
Yes.
The people have spoken.
Yes.
And as Bishop indicated, together we can do all things
That's right. That's right.
together. I've never seen so much camaraderie and unity in the community. It was brought to my attention that someone brought to someone else's attention that, oh, the West End is poor, oh, the West End doesn't have any money. That is not true. A few years ago, a symposium occurred in West Louisville. And the Commonwealth of Kentucky Labor Statistics did a data analysis. Now we know we've been through COVID, we've been through a lot of economic strife, a lot of death.
That's right.
Now we have a measles uprising epidemic.
Yes.
We as a people have been through slavery,
That's right.
and we overcame it. We've been through segregation.
That's right.
Now we have moved from social justice. We still have a long way to go with social justice, but we've moved into economic justice.
Amen.
Economic justice. It is our moment,
It's our moment.
and it is our time. We're not asking for a handout.
No.
We deserve a leg up in this community. We paid our taxes.
That's right.
Yeah.
We have done our due diligence to build this community.
All right.
This facility here was built for us, West Louisville,
Yeah.
under the old Jerry Abramson mayor administration.
All right.
So the time has come to give us what we've already earned. So again, the people have spoken.
Yeah.
I'm so glad that these wonderful council women have stood up.
Yeah.
And I'm looking for our council person. Where are you?
All right.
We have to stand on truth.
All right.
Without truth, we have nothing. And so, but we will still embrace.
All right, President.
We embrace those leaders that embrace us. Election time will be coming very soon, around the corner. So the people have the power.
Yeah.
It's because of the people that Sean is here today. I admire her courage, her tenacity, her leadership. We stand together.
That's right.
We want to give a message to the media and also to the community, to the city of Metro Louisville, and to our mayor.
Yeah.
The people have spoken. Thank you. Thank you.
And last but not least, we have a resident, Danita Matthews with We Can, that's right here, that lives right here in West Louisville, and then also uses the businesses and services of the community. Danita, come on.
All right.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you all. I appreciate everyone for being here to support us, and I also echo the sentiments that everyone has stated about the issue that we have in front of us. And I have my oldest son here, Martez, who is also going to be inheriting this community as we go on. The youth is our future, and he also was the youngest to speak at a preservation district meeting, so he has a voice and he has a say.
Right.
So while we're here, I should be recovering from a diagnosis of pneumonia from a hospital just a few steps away that was celebrated for its existence after over 100 years of inadequate health access to health care in the West End. But here I am again, and here we are fighting for yet another resource that is being threatened to be taken away from us, to be rebuilt upon and handed back to us in the guise of progress. Okay? In the West End, we are more than struggled,
Yes.
but we are tired.
Yeah.
We're tired of the disrespect, the blatant disrespect. We're tired of the disregard for our dignity as business owners, as families, and as a community. And it's very apparent over the years we're not seen as valuable unless it's time for a photo op,
Yes, ma'am.
a campaign stop, or a funding pitch. Okay? And too often we are reduced to and exploited as statistics to justify those grants,
That's right.
those programs, and those public dollars that we rarely, if at all, benefit from.
Yes, ma'am.
And we become these convenient vessels for funding, but inconvenient truths when we speak up about it.
All right.
Okay? And shout out to the HBN Assembly, who years ago already said that the TIF, which is one of the largest, if not the largest in the country, we're funding our own displacement. And these are our tax dollars that we should have a say in, and we haven't got much in return but a crumbling infrastructure, underfunded schools, barely any jobs, and a revolving door of promises that never materialize. Okay? And we live in a system that continues to drain our communities, and then it turns around and we're punished for the fallout of that. Okay? Our underserved communities and people that are statistically and systemically overrepresented in carceral systems,
Yes, ma'am.
and underrepresented in any opportunity. And obviously it's very clear that it's by design. And also, just with recent comments from our law enforcement, we are told that the violence in our communities is our fault. But the legacy of violence is systemically rooted in poverty, in segregation, and racial injustice. Okay? And our local governments, they continue to pour money into police and prisons, all the while divesting from schools, from jobs, from mental health care, and community programs, and from the NIA Center. And they have the audacity to blame us for the results of that. So, and the irony of being in a building that actually houses the LMPD Office of Community Engagement, and not to only be nearly unaware of their existence or any known engagement efforts, it's just very ironic. And we have, just within a few miles of here, multiple police substations, weapons training facilities, and still crime persists. Still, we are blamed for that, and that's not public safety. That is misdirection and a prime opportunity to build relationships within this community, okay? And so, all that said, those closest to the pain are also closest to the solutions. And we've said that over and over again, but for some reason we're not entrusted with real power. We're asked to participate, but we're not asked to lead. We're heard, but we're not listened to. And the silence from those in power is deafening when we don't even have the support from those that we elected to represent this neighborhood. Where is he? Again. So as we meet here again in a place of purpose in front of those hands out here that are supposed to represent unity, and a huge mural on the side that reminds us to stand up and speak out for what we deserve, we are demanding that the powers that be, they keep that promise of economic security, they acknowledge their failures and their broken promises as leaders, and they use this moment and not for damage control, but for actual repair. And this is an opportunity to start on a path of trust towards accountability and towards healing for this community, because we deserve restoration, we deserve respect, and we will we won't be silenced, we won't be silent, and we will continue to fight.
Thank you for that powerful message. I'm not paying for it, I don't have any money. I'm already coming up with the other one. Right. As we close today, on behalf of the tenants and the West Louisville Dream Team, I would like to thank the nearly 1,000 residents that have signed our petition. the Metro Council persons that have came and supported us, the ones that are here today, and the ones that weren't able to be here, that supported the vision, and the West Louisville community leaders. From NPP to NAN to the Kentucky Alliance Against Racism and Political Repression, just to everybody that has helped us walk this path and to get here today. When we put our differences of race, color, political party, gender aside,
Yes, ma'am.
and we work to collaborate on a common goal, we are a force. We are a force. Look what we've accomplished in less than 60 days. Today is actually the 60th day from the date we received the notice that we had to move and this building was being sold to the turnaround of, not right now, we gonna buy it.
Absolutely.
We gonna buy it, okay? And this is just the start for West Louisville. This is just the start. I will take any questions for myself or for anyone that's up here today.
I have a couple questions just about funding.
Yes.
How did the Dream Team raise the $2 million?
2.1 million. We are still in the process of raising it. TARC has said that's the amount of money that they want. And the choice was we either paid that amount or they were going to sell it to the highest bidder. We think the building is probably worth less, and that's what we were prepared for. So we will be spending the rest of the next 30 days or so raising additional funds to cover not just the purchase of the building, but some of the revamping that we want done, some of the painting, the parking lot, just some things that were deferred from the under the maintenance of the city, or when the city managed the building.
And then what maintenance are you specifically asking for from the city government?
Yeah. So as far as what maintenance we were asking them to maintain the building in an ethical a way that any other commercial building would be maintained. The cleanliness, the parking lots, the hours, the access. And so that was not done. And I think TARC referred to that as deferred maintenance. To us, it's not necessarily deferred, it's part of what you expect on a daily basis. For us, once we get ownership of it, things we need to upgrade the HVAC system so that people in the basements, heating and cooling doesn't control people on the third floor. People on the third floor should be able to control their own temperature. Like I said, there's painting that needs to be done. When Norton's left the building, they had signage here indicating their new hospital was coming. Well, once the hospital was open, they just ripped those signs off the walls. So there's patches of plastered paint that have been torn off that were not repaired by Norton's. So we have to repair that. There are things in the parking lot that needs to be done. So it's more of that. The building is functioning. We're here. The lights are going. We're open every day. But there is some things, thank you, there are some things that we would like to see some improvement on.
My last question is,
Yes.
how are you getting the money? Is it through grants? Is it through asking community networks and individuals?
All the above. So the Center for Neighborhoods is our fiscal sponsor. And so we are doing funding all over. We've been meeting with investors for private equity, private investment. We're also going to open it up to citizens. So it's going to be a combination. Now, some of the things that we're looking at are more what you would consider eco-friendly. For example, the lights in the building need to be changed out to LED. They need to be more environmentally friendly and more energy efficient. So some of those things, there are national grants that are available for those upgrades that we will be applying for. But those are also not things that have to immediately be done. The lights work. It's just things that we would like to see done. Any other questions? Yes, sir. And then I'll get you, ma'am.
What role, if any, could Metro Council or the city play in helping facilitate this?
Yes. So I look at the city's budget, the mayor's budget, and Metro Council separately. I believe that despite what some Metro Council members have said about the budget that was passed not being the people's budget, being the mayor's budget and Metro Council's budget, I don't believe that. It's our tax dollars, so it should be our budget. It should be the people's budget. So we're going to ask the mayor, we encourage citizens to contact the mayor to support this. We have given money away to developments, some of which haven't developed anything. They've just cashed a check. We want that same consideration for something that is already open and will already be utilized by the citizens. As far as Metro Council, we will be going to them at mid-year when they have their next budget considerations to ask for support as well for some things. So we're hitting it both ways. Yes, ma'am.
I'll add to that.
Oh, yes, please.
Just everything that Sean is saying, it's our job to figure this out. I think LEDA should make this one of their priorities to make this happen since the community is wanting it. And LEDA has gotten so much investment. This should be LEDA's job. But as council people, I can speak for myself that I am committed to making sure that we do our part. We also have mid-year budget adjustments, and we could use that funding to help do what we need to do as well. We have to, as the people, have to keep it as a priority, and we are committed to making sure this stays a priority. But that is a great question that we will take back to our colleagues and say, what can we do to support the NIA Center? When it was budget time and we were going back and forth, there was some confusion on what we could do right then. But I think now is not too late for us to come in and do our part. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am.
How much more do you guys need to fundraise in that 30 days before you bring that proposal to TARC's board?
The proposal has already been submitted, and TARC is going to be considering it or voting on it on the board on August 20th, I believe. Wednesday, August 20th. I think there's a time change with the board meetings from 9 to maybe 11 or 3, but they will be voting on our proposal at that time.
How much do you need to fundraise though before, because you said you're
Yeah,
still in that
once
process.
so once they accept it, there's some due diligence that has to be done before we sit down and write that check. There's some things that have to be solidified as far as like the HVAC. The HVAC is not working properly. Is it really still 2.1, or is there a concession? Are they going to give us some money back? So there is some negotiating that's going on. The total amount that we're raising is $3 million. And that will include the upgrades that we want and the first year of operation to make sure that we're starting on a even foot, and also to cover our mentor-protege relationship with a firm that handles commercial real estate.
And then if you guys are able to buy the building, will rent stay the same for tenants?
No, it will not. It will not. We are looking to grandfather in tenants that can. We are looking to grandfather in the tenants that are here in the building. There also been some talks with some of our larger tenants that to help us with cash flow, offering them a continued discount if they pay rent in advance or something. But rents will go up, not much, because this is not going to be a Class A building with all the bells and the whistles, so it's not going to be a Class A rent. We're not going to be charging what Goodwill or what the new construction on Broadway, but they will increase slightly. And you have to remember, we have not had rent increases probably in 10 to 15 years. And in the last 8 years, space has not been rented. So if the space had been rented to full capacity, some of that rent money could have been used to pay for some of this deferred maintenance, to pay for some of these things that we're looking to have to do now. And so because that wasn't done, we have to pick up the slack now, and that costs money.
Sean, I'm sorry.
No,
Can you just clarify, of the $2.1 million anticipated purchase price, how much of that is, as of today, committed or secured?
I cannot answer that. I'm not the numbers person, but I can get that answer to you if you leave your contact information, or we'll publish it.
And do you think that you all can secure that entire $2.1 million amount in the 30 days? Do you
Yes.
expect that will be raised or secured?
Yes.
And
Yes.
this is a question for you or perhaps the council members. Who else on Metro Council is supporting this proposal?
So I don't know if you all want to answer. I mean, I know the people that I know of
You can
besides
just
the
say
two.
who you talked to.
Okay. So besides the two council people here, Donna Purvis that has supported it, Jennifer Chappell, LP Wininger. I'm trying to go through the list of who else I've talked to. I've got two more, but I can't think of the names right off my head. So yes, we've got a number, and we have not formally presented it to them. Those are just been conversations surrounding not only the people's budget that was presented earlier, but just in conversations where I'm like, hey, this is what's going on. But yes, there's others that we want to meet with one-on-one.
And just if I could ask one other question.
Sure.
Perhaps did you talk to Councilman Herndon? Did he decline to come, or did he just not answer?
So, we did not invite him or talk with him today. We did send him the same news release that we sent everyone else. He also received a copy of all three previous proposals, because we've been going through this a while until we got to this final one that's going to be voted on. This is our fourth iteration of the proposal, and so he and Mayor Greenberg have been copied on all of them. I don't know what his position is in the last 2 weeks. Previous to that, you know, he was definitely willing to help us find another location to relocate to.
And I will add that I reached out to him before I came here, and he said he had a meeting at Beecher, and that he was wondering, if they had the money. So the same question you had around how much of the money?
Yeah.
And you can get that answer to folks.
Yes,
But
and I'll
you're
get it.
confident that within 30 days, you can at least have the 2.1 million?
Correct.
That's fine.
The additional 900,000 is for the operation and for the upgrades, which we're willing to do in stages.
Just lastly, on the city amount that the council, the mayor's administration would be responsible for, is there a number that you guys have in mind?
I wouldn't say responsible for, because at this point, I wouldn't, they're not responsible for anything. We would say we would hope they would contribute, and I would say $1 million to start. They provided container companies $1 million. I haven't seen any housing or any containers being built. I've seen some in Indiana. Hopefully we're not paying for Indiana stuff. We have seen money go to other industries that have relocated here that are also getting tax breaks on occupation taxes and other things. We have to remember this project started with a $30 million grant. This project has not fulfilled the grant period. And so the grant period is going to be cut short by a couple of years, but there is no refund, as far as we understand, going back to the government. And if we pay an additional $2.1 million on top of that, you're making a substantial profit, and you're cutting what you promised to do by several years. And so, as the councilwoman mentioned, Lido received money last year. They received, I think, 15.3 or 4 million out of the budget this year. It's a pay to join organization, and we know the amounts that they are charging. Us as small businesses could not be on those boards to even influence how they are directing their efforts or money. Out of that 15 million, I think the 2.1 million should have been paid to TARC, and we should have been able to purchase the building for $1 and give Lita 13 million. That's probably still 12 million more than what they needed. But yeah, I think the city has our tax money that can allot. They can allot at least $1 million.
You mentioned 2 potential anchor tenants.
Yes.
Can you tell us anything about them?
I can tell you one of them is a university, but I cannot give you names until their letters of intent. I can tell you another one is a division of armed forces.
And have you considered going to the West End Opportunity Board, since they had offered to buy it before Forgiveville?
That is always an option. That is probably not the preferred option for the citizens of West Louisville. And although the West Louisville Dream Team is the one that's purchasing it, we represent a collaborative effort of West Louisville citizens, residents, businesses, and those that want to promote a positive image of West Louisville. And I'm not sure if that would or would not fit into that mission. Any other questions?
How much does the West Louisville Dream Team have on its bank accounts?
I'm not at liberty to disclose.
It is a nonprofit, is it filed?
It's not a nonprofit.
According to the state filing,
The
it says
state, it's a
nonprofit.
not-for-profit.
Okay.
The state, when we filed, you go into one of the categories, and that's the category
So
they
it's,
put.
it's not a
but
tax
it's-
exempt like a 501c3?
Exactly.
Okay.
And that's why we have the Center for Neighborhoods, which is a 501c3 nonprofit at the federal and state level as our fiscal sponsor.
Thank you for clarifying.
No problem whatsoever.
As far as the
Whatsoever.
funding, I know that you said that you got the numbers person, and everyone's asked the same question.
Yeah, yeah,
Do you
yeah,
know,
yeah.
I mean, can you
So
estimate, are you
the best-
50%, are you 30%?
Right. So the investors that we've been talking with, we've approached them all with $1 million investments, and those, I think they're pretty close to signing. And so we will have just issue a press release. We won't do another press conference, and we'll list those names.
And I just want to say, look what's happening right here, because this doesn't happen all the time. If we were in another neighborhood talking about another project, talking about Lita, we wouldn't ask Lita how much money it has in the account. The fact that that's why we're here in this position right now is that we question the ability for the West Louisville and any entity in West Louisville that is people and resident and small business based to have the ability to do this.
Yes.
The fact is that they've been holding up this space the whole time. And if we were really invested in all the things that we're doing, the federal grants and all of that, there's more than enough money. I think $1 million is a reasonable ask for a city council. And then also investors in this city should be running to the West Louisville opportunity. They should be wanting to do this. The distilleries that are in the West End that are killing the people with their products, they should be running to this as an opportunity to make things right. Because all money traces back to trash. And if we don't question what happens and how much money Republic Bank and all these other entities that our administration is connected to have, we shouldn't be questioning this. The job is, she said within the 30 days they will have $2.1 million. We need to support that effort and connect them to people who can help us get there. If you're not a part of that, then you're not really invested in what happens with the NIA Center. But I understand as journalists, you have to ask this. I got that message from Councilman Ken Herndon that people think that they don't have the money. I think that this is ridiculous and disrespectful to this community. This comes from that standpoint.
Thank you.
You've answered the questions. You've answered what you're able to disclose. And another thing, if she says some of these things that you want her to say, these people who are negative and go behind your back will go contact them and make it stop. So we have to be careful about our strategy because we have people working against us. So when she says, I can't disclose that right now, this woman is very she will do everything she says she will do. She will come back with that information. Let's give them the opportunity to come back because we can't say too much to you all because people are working against us. That's respectfully, okay? Thank you.
And I will add, we actually have more than 30 days. And so we've been working on this, again, like we said, we've had 60 days to stop the sale twice, to put our plan together, the pro forma and the whole thing, present it, have them come back and say, you need to change this, you need to do this, to finally get it to where it was ready to be presented to the board, while running our businesses, while being engaged in the community, and while talking to investors and doing tours to get so that we're ready to go on day one with letters of intent. We actually have about 60 days before we have to turn over the money. And I will say this, as we talk about the West Louisville Dream Team's ability to raise money and what we've done in the past, you have to remember in 2020, when the city ran out of money due to not prioritizing senior citizens to get food and not to come up with a viable plan. Remember the plan was to go down at 3rd and Breck and get your boxes of food, but also don't come out of the house because you may get COVID and die. The West Louisville Dream Team put together a team, Metro United Way, the charities, U of L students, UPS, Community Action Partnership. We handed out thousands of meals for 8 weeks to seniors that we delivered to their door. No one asked us then how we got the money, how we got the volunteers. The only thing that was reported was, oh, you're giving seniors sanitizer. You mentioned the distilleries, Heaven Hill. Brown-Forman. They all deliver boxes of sanitizer to this building that they made. Shively Mayor at the time let us put together our safety kits at the Shively Community Center, where we gave masks and gloves. So we can do it when we come together.
That's right.
And I know 2.1 million sounds like a lot, but it's not. We can get this done. Any other questions before we end today?
Given that Goodwill couldn't get the votes, do you feel that you have the momentum to get this across the finish line?
We do, because this is something the community wants, the resident wants, and it's right. This building was built for a purpose.
That's right.
The grant was given for a purpose. And for the city to take any type of part of breaking that promise to the community after systematically disinvesting, redlining, using our stats and numbers to get money, it's atrocious. It's atrocious. This is the least of what they should be doing.
Exactly. Very good.
Any other questions? Yes, sir.
Can I just ask, because Councilman Hawkins is on the board of the Western Opportunity Partnership,
Yes.
why wouldn't that be a good way to fund this and therefore save the money that otherwise would have to be ponied up from some of these other organizations? I mean, isn't that why? I mean, there's been so much criticism that WEOP has been disproportionately funding institutional or private entities. Why not force WEOP's hand or ask WEOP to make that investment in this type of thing?
I'll let her answer. I will say that when Goodwill went to them for the money to buy the building and demolish it, our issue with it, part of it was, you're going to use our tax money to displace us. But I'll let you answer. She may not be able to as...
Well, I say this, I do sit on that board. I do feel like that it would be a great direction to go in for the Dream Team. Of course, their mission, I believe, and quote me if I'm wrong, is not, you all don't feel like that your mission is the same as the WEOP board mission. But I do believe that if this is presented to the WEOP board, I believe that it will get the votes.
Absolutely.
I do believe that it will get the votes that is needed to push this project through.
It should be paid for.
And it should be paid for. And I feel like that is the direction that we need to go down. Of course, you're leading this initiative. And I just honestly feel like that it will pass. I mean, you've seen the momentum, and you also seen the votes and how so many of the board members was able to see and change their votes.
Yes.
So I think, I think that that's a direction that you should move down first. And let's see how the chips fall. We'll say that I will support that. There have been so many other projects that has also came in front of the WEOP, but none that really speaks community like this one. This one will speak loud, you know. And I believe that this would be the example showing the community that the WEOP, because there's a lot of community members that really feel like that the WEOP is not really set up for what they tried to make the community think it's set up for.
Exactly.
Right? I think this is a way to change the perception. If you want to start somewhere, I think that would be the start. So, and I think that Laura Douglas and the board should support this. So I would encourage the Dream Team to put in an application as soon as possible. Thank you.
One more thing. We got to have God in this, so we're going to close out with, may the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord make his face shine upon you. May the Lord be gracious unto thee and give you peace.
That's right.
And give you peace. And give this building peace. In Jesus' name, amen. Put your hands together. Let's close out right here.
I love you. I'm late for my son. I love you.
All right, folks, thanks so much for staying with me here on this stream that we brought you about the West Louisville Dream Team's efforts to purchase the NIA Center. Some folks were asking about, well, what is this building? It's the NIA Center. It's been in the news for quite some time. Excuse me. Wave News troubleshooter Mark Stevens is covering this story for us today, and he's going to have much more on this for us later here on Wave News. So we will see you then. I'll see you on Wave Country at 2 o'clock today, and then Wave News at 3, 5, and 6. Have a great day.